September 7th, 1996, approximately 11:15 p.m., a black BMW pulls alongside Tupac Shakur's car on Flamingo Road and opens fire. 4 rounds strike him. Witnesses reported the muzzle flash from just feet away, yet no shooter was ever positively identified. The police file on this case holds evidence the public has never fully confronted, and what it reveals doesn't begin on that street. It begins hours earlier, inside the MGM Grand. At 8:30 p.m., the MGM Grand Garden Arena filled for the heavyweight championship fight between Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon. Tupac Shakur and Death Row Records CEO Marion Suge Knight sat ringside. The match ended quickly, but the sequence that altered the night occurred afterward in the casino lobby. At approximately 8:50 p.m., security cameras captured Shakur, Knight, and their entourage walking through the crowded concourse. They spotted Orlando Anderson, a 21-year-old Compton resident and known Southside Crips associate, standing near the elevator bank. Within seconds, a confrontation began. Security footage logged the entire physical altercation, showing Shakur striking Anderson first, followed by several Death Row associates who joined the assault. The fight lasted exactly 1 minute and 49 seconds before MGM security officers and local police intervened, separating the groups. Anderson was detained briefly but refused to press charges, leaving the hotel soon after. By 9 p.m., Shakur and Knight departed the hotel lobby, heading toward the Luxor Hotel to change clothes. Death Row Records functioned as a commercial enterprise, but on this night, it acted as a rigid territorial power structure moving through the city. By 10:30 p.m., the group reassembled at Suge Knight's residence on Paradise Road before preparing to head to Club 662. The sequence of events inside the MGM Grand, preserved on videotape, converted a high-profile celebrity night into a volatile criminal investigation before a single vehicle ever turned onto Flamingo Road. At approximately 11:15 p.m., the black BMW 750 IL carrying Tupac Shakur and Marion Suge Knight stopped at a red light at the intersection of East Flamingo Road and Colville Lane. The vehicle was idling when a late-model white Cadillac pulled up along the passenger side. According to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department incident record, an occupant inside the Cadillac opened fire with a .40 caliber Glock pistol. The attack was swift, lasting only seconds. Witnesses reported hearing a rapid succession of gunshots before the Cadillac sped east down Colville Lane. Forensic ballistics and scene mapping later confirmed the tight trajectory of the gunfire. The shooter fired parallel to the BMW, concentrating directly on the front passenger seat where Shakur sat. 4 rounds struck Shakur. 2 penetrated his chest, 1 hit his right hand, and another struck his thigh. The immediate entry angles and shattered window glass indicated a highly targeted assault. First responders arriving at the scene documented severe hemorrhagic shock, noting immediate life-threatening trauma from the thoracic entries. This precise sequence of events, captured in the initial police dispatch logs, established the baseline physical evidence that would define the entire homicide investigation. At 11:58 p.m. on September 7th, emergency transport delivered Tupac Shakur to the Level 1 Trauma Center at the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada. Clinicians immediately initiated airway protection and blood transfusions to counter acute hemorrhagic shock. Early on September 8th, surgeons performed an emergency thoracotomy, removing a bullet from his right lung and repairing lacerations to his diaphragm. Though briefly conscious and extubated later that evening, Shakur's vital signs remained highly unstable. Severe pulmonary contusions and internal bleeding forced doctors to place him back on mechanical ventilation in the intensive care unit. Over the next 48 hours, respiratory distress worsened. By September 10th, severe hypoxia required vasopressor support to maintain blood pressure, signaling systemic strain. Medical logs document a downward trajectory as the damaged right lung failed to oxygenate his blood. At 12:45 a.m., On September 13th, attending physicians pronounced Shakur dead. The clinical timeline was complete. On the morning of September 14, 1996, the Clark County Coroner's Office conducted the post-mortem examination, establishing the definitive medical legal record of the case. The official autopsy report classified the manner of death as a homicide. The immediate cause of death was determined to be respiratory failure and cardiopulmonary arrest, resulting from massive internal bleeding from multiple gunshot wounds. The examination documented 4 entry wounds, 2 in the chest, 1 in the right hand, and 1 in the right thigh. Forensic analysis confirmed these injuries produced a massive hemothorax, fracturing the right 5th rib and severely lacerating the lung. While toxicology tests detected a mixed toxicity of cocaine, alcohol, and prescription sedatives, the coroner ruled these substances non-causal, confirming the fatal outcome was solely the result of gunshot-induced trauma. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's original case file shows a stark contrast between public speculation and documented reality. Within evidence logs, technicians recorded 4 spent .40 caliber shell casings recovered from Flamingo Road and Koval Lane. Ballistics experts confirmed these casings matched a Glock Model 22 semi-automatic pistol, but the weapon itself was never recovered at the scene. This absence of a murder weapon immediately stalled the forensic chain of custody. Witness statements preserved in the file show a massive structural breakdown in the days following the shooting. While dozens of bystanders populated the strip, the formal interviews yielded highly limited, actionable intelligence. Several individuals reported seeing a late-model white Cadillac speed east down Koval Lane, but no witness at the scene could or would provide a definitive identification of the shooter. In October 1996, detectives interviewed Orlando Anderson, but the resulting report recorded only a flat denial. With no physical evidence linking him directly to the weapon, the interview served as another administrative dead end. Systemic non-cooperation further blocked progress. Marion Suge Knight, despite sitting inches from Shakur, declined to provide detailed statements to detectives. Other members of the death row entourage similarly withheld information, leaving investigators with an incomplete picture of the moments leading up to the gunfire. The administrative records also contain documented gaps. Computer-aided dispatch logs from the night of September 7th contain procedural inconsistencies, and the original 911 call audio was never fully integrated into the public investigative file. While security video from the MGM Grand documented the earlier physical fight, detectives initially failed to connect the casino brawl to the shooting until much later. These compiled procedural delays and evidentiary gaps ultimately prevented the department from establishing a prosecutable case file in 1996, leaving the physical record frozen at the scene of the crime. The physical evidence divides the unresolved case into 2 primary theories. The retaliation theory centers on Orlando Anderson, while the casino fight provides a clear motive. The 1996 files contain no physical evidence, ballistic matches, or weapon recovery linking Anderson to the shooting. Decades later, the 2023 indictment of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, positioned in the parallel white Cadillac, aligned with a gang retaliation model, though Anderson died in 1998 without facing charges. The secondary theory, suggesting Suge Knight ordered the hit, lacks support in the investigative files. Ballistic trajectory mapping confirms the rounds came from an external vehicle, and Knight himself sustained injuries from the gunfire. The official files document an external, targeted drive-by shooting, leaving the ordered hit theory entirely unsupported by forensic proof. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department file on Tupac Shakur's homicide remains open, representing a permanent gap in the judicial record. No individual has ever been convicted in a court of law for the shooting, leaving the case without formal accountability. This systemic failure occurred against the backdrop of the mid-1990s East Coast versus West Coast music rivalry, a volatile climate that transformed a street-level dispute into a defining cultural tragedy. By stripping away decades of speculation and focusing strictly on physical evidence, the official record exposes how administrative delays and witness silence stalled justice, leaving only the cold facts of September 1996. Today, the forensic files remain open, yet frozen in time, a quiet monument to systemic failure. When speculation is stripped away, only the silence of the official record remains. This isn't just an unsolved case, it is justice permanently denied. Share your thoughts in the comments below.